what's some of your story of where you were a year or two ago versus where you are now?
I'd say probably about a year or two ago, I was pretty close to like rock bottom. I think everybody's rock bottom's a little bit different, you know, but I was, man, just I had no drive for myself. I felt like I had put so much effort into the job that I'm still currently at and was looking for all these opportunities to move up in the company and know that I put the work in, and felt like I was just getting like bypassed and like lost all my motivation. Just really didn't care. Wasn't trying to better myself financially, physically, mentally, or any of that, um, until I started with this company, the company that we are, and the one that we were previously in, still in. I think that this has definitely changed me, and I've like started to read books more and like wanting to set goals for myself and monitoring those goals. And I think now I actually see what I want in life, and I'm going out there and I'm grabbing it and I'm doing what I got to do to better my future and like start a new life for myself and my family.
Yeah. So do you think that, mindset and studying mindset and personal development has had a huge impact? Like what has initiated your drive to be better? Like when did it all kind of like, wow, I need to start doing better?
I'd say like being around a specific group of people, like being around you ladies alone has seeing other intelligent women and like wanting the same things out of life and being able to feed off of that kind of energy has definitely made it easier to want to be just as good and to strive to be better than I am yesterday or was yesterday.
I would agree. Yeah. Jim Rohn, I love him. I know. I think both of you guys love him. He says you are the five people you hang out with or surround yourself with. So if you're with a toxic or negative environment, which I have, been with before, that kind of just brings you down. And that was how I reached my rock bottom. So definitely surrounding yourself with people who push away negativity and instead encourage people. It's definitely a huge difference. Um, all right, Kristen, what's some of okay, if you had a message for someone who has reached their rock bottom but is driven to overcome it, what plan of action could you suggest for them?
First thing first would be to get Rich Dad Poor Dad. That book literally changed my life. I didn't think I could be a person who talked about money until I read that book, and then I realized it's so much more than just like getting money. It went into the personal development and just becoming more well-rounded as a person in general. And I would also tell them to find them an Ashley. I'm not kidding though, because I feel like with trading and, I've tried multiple times, a few network marketing companies, and if I didn't have you there, just kind of like peeping in and checking in and like not really any pressure, but it was so nice to know that you were there for when I was ready. And I didn't know I wasn't ready back then, but now that I am and we're in the middle of it, it's just like totally different experience. So just finding like that mastermind group like you guys, because I always have these ideas in my head, but they don't go very far alone.
That's true. You need other
Definitely
people.
find your group of five,
Yeah. Tanya, do you have anything to add to that?
Oh, no, I just totally agree with it. I think it was perfectly said. I mean, the people that you surround yourself with definitely either build you up or bring you down. And I've definitely had my fair share of being around a lot of people who aren't very positive, just in the things that they say, like being a judgmental person alone, that being around those kinds of people, it really affects who you are. And I've seen a lot of growth from myself with just being around y'all ladies. So I agree 100% with what she said.
Yeah, and that's funny because Rich Dad Poor Dad is what I recommend to everyone also. Like it's just that was the first book that I read and was like, wow, I don't have to live the way that I was living then for the rest of my life. It gave me hope. It gave me like a sense of purpose when I read it, and it's an incredible book.
Yeah, and I like how it gives the two perspectives of both of the dads, and showing like one isn't right or wrong. It's just that there are other options. And then if you just start like thinking money all the time, or don't think about being poor, um, like we're slowly taking those steps to get that way.
And it will open doors for the future. And if you're ready, then opportunities will come. Speaking of the future, my question is, where do you see yourself in the future? And I think the best thing is that I know as long as like something absolutely terrible doesn't happen, that my future is never going to look like my past. Um, my past was messy. It was tough. It was rough, and it wasn't how I want to live the rest of my life. So being able to grow and overcome all the addictions and obsessions and all the negativity that I've gone through, I feel like I've expanded my mind and grown to a place where I will never have to go back to that. So my seeing myself in the future, I believe in manifestation. I believe that, wherever I want to go in the future, it will be like an enlightenment. It will be successful, and overall, it will just be full of abundance. That's for me.
And we're going to be right here with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, same, exactly. I think the personal development is what is getting us so far, especially me too. Sometimes it seems tedious and I don't want to watch it, or, another video. Let me just listen to some music or watch Netflix. But then as soon as I turn it on and I fight myself, I remember why, so then they get easier to watch all the time. And definitely won't be in the same place. I refuse. I'm learning so much about myself alone as a person. And it started with stop lying to myself about the little things, like I wasn't happy. I wasn't, just because I'm paying my bills and I would have two jobs didn't mean jack shit, really.
Yeah.
There's so much more to that. I have nothing to show for like being a server. I love being a server. I love it. But I think we found our way to serve people
Yeah, definitely.
inside a restaurant.
Yeah. And like when you overcome things, the more you overcome it, the more you listen to those positive personal development videos and everything, you start to create better habits. And like, yeah, like you said, sometimes it's just like, oh God, I don't want to listen to another video. But it's like, once you start listening to it, it's like powerful, and it gets you in the right mindset, and it gives you the positive ideas or positive mindset that you need to create those good habits. Because when we don't create good habits for a certain amount of time, we tend to fall back into our old habits, our old ways. And I think that's what's hardest for those people who have reached rock bottom to overcome.
That's why
Yeah,
I
a
feel
lot,
like.
Go ahead, Todd.
Oh, I'm just saying that what's really helped me with that is journaling everything down. I've been able to monitor like my progress and then see where I'm lacking in momentum and need to pick it back up. And if I'm failing, or not failing, but lacking my physical goals, then maybe I'll watch a couple videos on like maintaining like your health and like how important it is for you. And I just love the journaling. I'm I like to write everything down, and I can go back a month ago and be like, wow, like look how much I've done in the past month. And then you see like your day or two where you kind of like slacked off a little bit, and that like only motivates me personally to make December's month 10 times better, and then so forth. So I think journaling is a huge thing, tracking your progress.
Yeah, it's like you're holding yourself accountable in a way.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of this has to do with self-discipline. I mean, we wouldn't be here if we didn't put the work in, and like, you know, we're taking our time to do this instead of watching Netflix and doing things that really aren't going to benefit us or the people we're trying to help.
I know, and I think like when you're at the rock bottom, it's so hard to even want to look up. You know, if someone miserable, they hear something positive, they're like, "Get that out of my face! Like, that is
Oh,
annoying."
absolutely.
You know, and
Yeah,
I
we
would,
were
you know,
talking
I'm
about
guilty
that.
of that too. I've been listening to these videos since we started a long time ago, Ash, like 3 years at least, and it's taking it more serious now. But I find myself actually like practicing what the videos say, and it's like going along with my life a little bit more. But it took 3 years, so like you just have to do it and get started. It won't always be annoying, because look at us now. We're gonna be that, like, those people. I want to be those people.
Right. And where Tanya was talking about, just something that came to my mind really quick, what Tanya was talking about with being self-disciplined, and we talked a lot about how having the right group of people with you helps you grow or glow up. Um, it does. You need to be, you, as an individual, you need to be self-disciplined, because just because me and Tanya might be pushing you, Kristen, doesn't mean that you're gonna do what we're pushing you to do. If you aren't self-disciplined, then we can only do so much, just like what they say about you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. So that's, I think that's important for people to know too. They have to put some of the efforts in as well. They just can't be, you just can't hold their hand the whole freaking time.
Yeah, like magic doesn't just happen. You know, you gotta make it work a little bit. And that's why like the planning and the setting of the goals, I think that's the one thing that really changed it this time around for me, is having like a tangible goal. Like we have actually something to work towards instead of money. You know, like that's just so broad, and then it's intimidating, and then you don't know where to start. And then you're on the internet looking up all these crazy things, signing up for surveys, and now I get spam called all the time. You know? But we're like taking, like actually having like a company with a name, you know, we're taking the little steps to put ourselves out there. Like it just makes it all the more real, and it is something to work towards. Like it's exciting versus just, you know, we took our desire and our idea, you know, we're going with it, glowing with it.
Yeah. Hey. But yeah, and that's all it takes. All it takes is a couple of people to get together and think about things. And this was just completely random. You know, I was like, oh guys, I have this idea. I don't have no idea what I want to do with it, but you know, and you guys are just like, I'm in, and boom. You know, it just, all it takes is sitting down, give yourself like a quiet time for 5 minutes, write ideas down, because you never know what might just come to mind, and then acting on them. You have to act on whatever it is that you want to do.
And
Yeah, I would say
believe,
that.
you got
I
to
heard
believe.
like this quote that says small steps lead to big changes. So we all didn't just leap into this. I mean, you've been doing it for 3 years. I just recently started, but y'all have been doing this for a while, and we all move at different paces. Like we don't have to take these massive leaps and expect this like success overnight. It's baby steps. And I just want everybody to know that we aren't just jumping off a cliff here, that it's taking small steps to get to the top, to be able to jump off this thing.
And you're gonna fall all the way back down, whatever you're trying to get up, and you're gonna have to do it again and again and again. And that's just the way it is. Like it's not a gradual thing. It's not, whatever people's success is, whatever they have in mind, it's not just like, oh, you know, here's the freaking flag and boom, you know, you're gonna fall down. You're gonna have all these just trials and tribulations.
Yeah, and if you don't even try, you know, and that's where I get stuck a lot. I like don't even know what the first move would be. And luckily now we can bounce our ideas off each other all day long, and we've come up with a lot, you know, of really good ideas. And it's nice to just, we could fall down together and pick each other back up. Part of the process.
Right.
So I realized like I live in fear. I didn't realize it was fear, you know, I thought it was laziness or unmotivated, or, you know, but really I was just scared to be on the video, listening to myself talk, you know, just scared that one of my ideas wasn't stupid, which I know they're not. You know, I got some good ideas, but I didn't have the right people to share them with because I don't like your group of friends. They're gonna look at you like, okay, and did you see
Yeah.
that show? And it's just like, hey, this would be a great idea. I'm always giving other people ideas. Hey, do this on Instagram and create this account with this name because I like to come up with funny stuff. And they're all just like, huh. And I was like, I've just been waiting for someone to like take it seriously because I am serious. So
Well, we
thank you.
love all your ideas. I do anyway. um, I guess so. My last question, I think, is good. So, what does success mean to you? Like, an example. A lot of people talk about success, and some people, a lot of people, I feel like they think it's just money, and so they associate with that with greed, and that's not at all what it is. I want financial freedom, but that's freedom in health, freedom in wealth, freedom in this, experience that. And it's a huge difference. A lot of people think that they get in a company and they just get rich and that's all there is to it, but you need to have a reason why. So what does success mean to you?
I can start off. I think that the idea for success for me would be that it's never ending, that I want to be able to constantly be open minded to all of these opportunities that are before us daily and take advantage of them and then excel and put my, bust my ass in whatever it is that I'm doing at that time. And then once I've done great at that, like moving on to finding something else. Like I just constant want to be trying different things, traveling the world, doing different things in different countries. Like I want to have Airbnbs all over the world so that I can travel all over the world, help people in like beautiful homes all over the world. Like I don't even want to stop there. I just feel like success is never ending, that you're constantly looking for the next opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of funny. It's kind of, I totally agree. I couldn't agree more, but it almost contradicts what I was like just thinking in my head. But I guess it has like a little bit of different angle. It's almost when you stop the wanting and like the needing and you're like content in a way. We're doing this to get our financial freedom so we have options forever. So like what you said, keeping our eyes like open for the opportunities. So it's like kind of the same, but just how would I say, like when you don't want anything, you're doing it because
You love it. You love what you're doing.
Yeah, like
you don't even need to do it. You're just doing it because you find, joy in it or it's fun.
yeah, like working, like you're not working towards making sure you're going to be able to live. Success is you've figured it out and now you get to go and do what you're doing. So like that need of like that rat race, kind of over, but then we have the options to go everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, true. I think success has a lot to do with giving back. Like I feel like a lot of successful people are successful because they're not just take from people. They give also in return.
Yeah. And what I say, I want people pleasers. I'm definitely a big people pleaser, but I just like love to make people happy and it makes me feel happier. And just figuring out like the proper channel and way to do that without keeping like protection of everyone's energy. I can't wait.
Agree. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with Glow Up with us, with myself, my best friends, Tanya Philpott and Kristen Duschel, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.